Hello everyone, and this is Whitby. This is Neil from Explore the Outdoor, and this is our Halloween special. Whitby is a fantastic place by day, but it's also very different by night, as you will sharp see in a minute. This is Explore the Outdoor Halloween special 2024. As you can expect, Whitby is full of tales of phantoms, ghosts, ghouls, even devil dogs. So sit tight and take a trip with us down memory lane of some of Whitby's most terrifying ghost stories. This is Haunted Whitby from Explore the Outdoor. So this story of my Halloween special here at Whitby is about the West Pier Lighthouse behind me. A brave lighthouse keeper, the story goes by. One stormy night, while sailors were out making their living and providing fresh fish and food for the people of Whitby, the lighthouse wasn't working. The brave lighthouse keeper immediately set task to battle the wind and the rain to go and protect others. As he did so, he entered the lighthouse where he was dripping, soaking wet. He ascended the stairs and solved the problem, but little did he know that that was his downfall. As he was coming back down the stairs, he slipped, falling all the way down. Apparently so, as the legend is told, he was dead before he got to the bottom. On a stormy night, people can still hear the cries of the lighthouse keeper warning those and others about the treacherous conditions here at Whitby. It would take a brave person, even me, to come down here at night and witness this spirit. Whitby is well known for its quaint old shops, its goth weekends, and it was nice to see that they do this all year round. The window displays are fantastic. They really do put a lot of effort in. Even the people who live there decorate their houses so you get that great feeling. But this is Whitby and we're doing a haunted special, so our next stop is St Mary's Churchyard, and this is probably one of the most terrifying ghost stories yet. Hi everyone, and probably the next is the most scariest story so far. St Mary's Churchyard. I'm actually in the churchyard right now, and you can hear some screams behind me, which I hope are just part of the act for the event that's going on at the Abbey. But this story relates to a horse and carriage. A horse and carriage that carries skeletons of the dead. Sailors would often come into port, but unfortunately die on land, resulting in a burial on land. Sailors would prefer to be buried at sea, but because of their sudden death and the need to be buried quickly, they would be buried here within the churchyard. Now it's said on the third night of the burial that the bar guest coach would come and collect the souls of the sailors. The coach would be of a headless horse and a skeleton driver carrying the skeletons of the sailors. It would then be seen taking them out to sea to their preferable burial grounds. Those who are said to see this coach need not fear. I don't know about you, but it's getting dark, and if I was to see that coach, I'll be pretty scared myself. It's a fantastic place to come, Whitby, and also St Mary's Church holds a lot of history. But if I was to see that coach, I pretty much would be out of here. Also, the Barguest Hound is another ghost story, which is related to most of Whitby. It's said that it is the dog of hell, and with its black skin, its glowing red eyes, if you were to hear or see this dog, it would mean death is very close to you. I don't know about you, but I'm going to get out of here now and go somewhere else. This time of year, Whitby is alive with illumination and the Abbey is lit up. It's a separate cost if you've got a English Heritage membership, but it's well worth it. But not just that, the whole town becomes alive with lights, and the window displays that look good through the day look even better at night time. All the pumpkins were lit and the full effect of Halloween was here. This next story takes us to a pub in Whitby. Now, all pubs are suspected to be haunted, but this one still remains haunted today, and it's not by anyone else other than the landlady. So my next ghost story is from the White Horse and Griffin. A 19th century landlady was not a very nice woman. In fact, she was known as a cruel lady. She would judge how she was with you just by the way you look. If you walked in the pub and she didn't like you, she would treat you mean. And that still goes to this very date. People have said that they felt uneasy as soon as they walked through the door of this pub. If that is the case, the landlady has decided she does not like you. It's maybe worth to have a drink and then leave. So Grape Lane, known as Grape Lane, back in the olden days because of the red light district that it had here, but not anymore, thankfully. This lane is supposed to be haunted by a little girl that was going to the bakery for her dad. One day she went to the bakery on a summer's afternoon as she normally did, and the baker knew who she was. He knew that she knew the bakery inside and out, and he let her put her dad's meal in the oven to be warmed. He turned his back for a brief second where he heard a blood-curdling scream. The little girl was engulfed in flames. Panic-stricken, he didn't know what to do. He put the flames out as best he could, but unfortunately it was too late. The little girl was took to the infirmary where she had skin peeling off her. She later died because of her injuries. It is said that this lane you can still hear the screams, and also you can smell burnt hair. It was such a tragic story, and I don't think the baker ever got over it. So we are now heading towards the final story of Whitby. It's been such a great experience to tell these stories to you, and obviously stories get diluted over the years, but it's up to you to find your own truths of this and head to Whitby and see if you experience any of these tales that's been told tonight. Hi everyone, and welcome to the final story, the ghost story from Whitby for this Halloween special from Explore the Outdoor. This one is known as the Oyster Man. I'm going to read it from the phone because it's quite long. Oysters might now be a delicacy, but they were incredibly popular in most towns around the UK. The Oyster Man was a familiar figure wandering the streets of Whitby. Whitby Oyster Man was a very sorry tale, and he can still be heard today. Before his death, the Oyster Man would go from pub shouting, "Oysters alive, ho!" to attract the attention from his customers. A group of rowdy men called him into the Golden Lion and began insulting him. The Oyster Man knew he'd make no sales that night and turned to leave, muttering a quiet oath. Unfortunately for him, one of the men heard and couldn't bear to be insulted. He snatched the oyster basket and threw it onto the fire. He also grabbed the Oyster Man and threatened to chuck him into the flames as well. The Oyster Man was terrified. Though he was small, he pulled out a tiny blade and carried it for opening oysters. He stabbed his captor to death through the heart. Though the trial, in coming weeks, found the man not guilty of murder, the Oyster Man could never forgive himself. He continued to sell his oysters in Whitby, always avoiding the Golden Lion pub. He was forever changed though. His guilt ate him alive. And within a year of this traumatic experience, the Oyster Man was dead. It's still said that you can hear the Oyster Man on certain nights shouting "Oysters, ho!" and hearing the crackle of the oyster shells as it goes from pub to pub. That was the ghost stories of Whitby, and I hope you've really enjoyed it. The weather is just starting to change, and keep looking for more videos. I've really enjoyed doing this video, and I hope you've enjoyed Halloween special with me, Neil, from Explore the Outdoor. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you all later.